All right, you guys. So we're trying to go live in the Facebook group as usual, but got to get set up. And we are boom, we're live on Facebook, and we are boom, we're live on Instagram, and we are boom, we're live on YouTube. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Good God. All right, so it is Thursday, y'all, and we're coming into the meeting and leaving with purpose. So, how is everybody's day going so far? Guys, we show up in our business, don't we? Okay, yesterday, just to give you some background, my back blew out. So for that's why we're a little bit behind today. You know, after I had my second daughter, had some issues with my back, so it blew out yesterday. We had to have the fire department here. It was a big deal. So went in today, and they are helping get your girl all back good, squared away, and ready to go, guys, because it's important. And all I could think was, I need to be here for class, right? I need to be here for class and for the people who are showing up in their business and investing in themselves. And in this video, I'm sharing with you 5 tips that every entrepreneur, every business should know so that you can grow and scale your business. And these are tips that I was taught by my mentors and that I use in my business. And guys, it works. It continues to grow and grow and grow. And I want the same thing for my everybody, for all of our community. Okay, so let's get into it, because the first tip is you want to set up a solid foundation. And this is one thing, if you come to this group, if you come to our meetings, and you know we talk about your foundation, your credibility is really extremely important. Guys, when you're setting up your foundation, don't take shortcuts, okay? You don't want to look for the easy way out, because this is a big deal, right? Maybe there is no easy way out, right? There might be an easier pathway to get funding, but it all starts somewhere. It starts with strategy. So do the right thing, especially make sure you're doing the right thing in business, and live by this motto, okay? Live by that motto. You can make great money, but you want to be building long-term relationships. You don't just want to be looking for like that fast, quick money, right? Money will come to you if you do the right thing, right? It sounds super cliche, but it will. Money will come to you if you do the right thing. You're taking the right steps. I see so many business owners take shortcuts so that they can make a fast dollar today rather than investing in the long term. Guys, invest in your long term. Okay, so start off by setting that solid foundation for your business, within your business, and making sure that you're setting things off the right way, right? You're building, so you're just going to come strong right out the gate. Okay, you may be a good person, right? That it's not saying that you're not a good person, but things can happen unintentionally, right? Things happen all the time in business, and sometimes we get blindsided, right? So being connected with an accountant, being connected with an attorney, and having running by some of these issues, or maybe even new partnerships, if you're going to be accepting money, making sure that you have, an accountant and attorney to bounce those ideas around with, or and even have them set up and working within your entity can help as well, right? And also, you want to make sure you're having your entity set up the right way. Okay, so get with your tax person as well, right? Your accountant. So, guys, make sure you're doing all of these things that can help set you up credibly. You're getting your business address, you have your phone number, you're not using a Gmail, you're not using a Yahoo, you're not using a Hotmail for business. Okay, can you have a Gmail? Can you have a Yahoo? Can you have a Hotmail? You sure can. Okay, I have Gmail as well, but on for your professional business address, you want a business professional business email. So that's part of your foundation. So take some time, invest in that. All right, you guys, the second tip is the importance of your processes and your systems. Okay. Now, what am I talking about here? I'm talking about getting automated. All right. I'm talking about your CRM. Okay. There's a book that was recommended to me called The E Myth Revisited. Have you guys read this? Okay. So this literally talks about strategies. Okay, it's really important that you take yourself out of your day to day. We've talked about what it's like working in your business versus working on your business, right? The goal is not to be working in your business, right? Because that means you're doing everything. And when we're starting our business, we are doing everything, aren't we? So, yes, there is an element of truth to that. We're going to be doing everything, but only up until a certain point. When you get to a certain point, you want to be extending out some of those responsibilities, right? So that the business can be working when you're not, right? Take a day off and everything doesn't essentially fall apart, right? But you need to be building out these processes. You need to be building out these systems. Otherwise, you're literally going to get eaten alive. Guys, I use Profit Lifter. Profit Lifter is a game changer. It doesn't matter what CRM system that you use, make sure it's something that you're actually going to put to use. Okay. You could do things like you can set your email calendars on there, you can set your social calendars on there, you can do your invoices, you can have your calls coming in, you can measure, you can monitor your sales, your ads, your leads. I mean, it is such a game changer. You can put your funnel systems in there. You can put your courses, your webinars. I mean, guys, everything in one place. But the thing I love most about Profit Lifter, data. But we'll get to that later. All right, you guys. So this is going to help you. Having processes, having systems in place is going to help you grow faster. It's going to help you build faster. Take things one step at a time, guys, when we're going over these tips, tricks, and strategies. Okay. And now the third one is you want to find the right people and you want to build the right team. It's all about the people, guys. Never forget that. When I was first starting my business, I didn't even know this. Okay. And it's not crazy, but I think a lot of people are afraid to admit this. When you first start your business, it's really not just about you. How can you help others, right? How are you going to provide value in the marketplace? What problem are you solving? What pain are you essentially stepping in and fixing, right? So it makes sense if you don't have certain skills that you build out a team, right? That can essentially become like this superpower team, right? You think of like the X-Men and the Avengers and all that. They're all cool on their own, but when they came together, then they were able to do some pretty amazing things, right? So although some of them are pretty cool on their own, but still together they were able to dominate and do all these really cool things, right? So think about that. Building a team, especially if you are going to be down the road seeking equity. You're going to be looking at investors. Investors want to know who founded the company. They want to know about you. They want to know about who's on your team. So, one thing you can highlight is, let's say you're really good at sales. Let's say you're excellent at sales, but you don't know anything about marketing. You don't know anything about admin, about systems, or anything like that. You need to bring in somebody with those skills, right? That can balance it out, right? And vice versa. So make sure, or what if you're developing a software company? You might not know anything about coding, okay? You might not know anything about coding. You don't know anything about how to build this app. You need to find somebody with the strength, the experience, the expertise, especially if they've been within your industry, that can dominate, right? Help your team really dominate this sector, right? We built this team. This person's got this much years of experience. I've got this, and together we're just going to crush it, right? So having the right team together is really crucial. And guys, when we put together our loan packages for our clients who come in, when we're getting them matched with the right founder, and when we're matching the right founder to the right funder, we're looking at the team. Okay, there's even a section on there, especially for our clients who are asking for more than $1 million. We want to know who's on your team. There's a whole section where we ask for resumes so that we can look at, okay, this person is the president. They've been in the telecom industry for 20 years. This is the endeavor, and this is the use of funds. So your team, guys, culture beats strategy every time, right? What were we doing here with Domino Fx Group? We are building a team, right? We're building a team, we're building a community, and you guys are coming in the very beginning, which is super, super exciting. I can't wait for you to see where it goes, okay? Now, finding the right people, finding the right team. And if you don't know where or how to find the right team, guess what? It starts right here. It starts with coming into groups. It starts with connecting with the right resources. It starts with going to events, right? So, connecting with the right team, but also making sure that you're having people that balance, right? That really contribute and that are really going to help you grow and scale your company, right? Because as you get bigger, you're going to want a team that has the capacity to handle that growth. All right, guys, we are on to number 4. Woo, we are moving and shaking, guys. Okay, so whether number 4 is be curious and stay learning. Okay, you want to always be learning, always be curious, always be seeking out information. Okay, how do you do that, right? Now you can go into business groups, you can go into entrepreneur groups, you can go into meetups, you can get out there and find these resources. Now, I say this because you don't want to get caught up in just this meeting rigmarole cycle hamster wheel thing. Trust me, I've been there. It sucks, right? So you don't want to get caught up in that. You want to actually connect with resources that are actually going to propel you to where you're trying to go, whether that be for funding, which for most people is for funding, right? Whether that be for funding, whether that be for marketing, whether that be how do I bring in leads, whatever that is, right? You need to be working towards that, and making sure that you're doing some research on the group or on the meetup or wherever you're going to go, right? I can't sometimes, in the beginning when I was first starting my business, I would go to a meeting and it would just be a bunch of let's like kumbaya type stuff, right? And it was a big fucking waste of time. So I can't tell you, since then, I've had to learn how to go into groups. I've had to learn what groups are beneficial. And guys, I'm telling you, it is a game changer. Remember, time is your most valuable resource. And there are some amazing connections and groups. And I'm telling you, there are mentors out there that want to mentor you. For example, Show Her the Money is an event that's coming to Sacramento. We're hosting it, and we're doing it in partnership with Fourth Wave, with Clutch, with Minervaverse, with the city of Sacramento, all coming together. All coming together and collaborating, guys, because there's power in togetherness, and there's power in collaboration, and there's power in connecting with the right resources, not just going and sitting around and talking about, oh yeah, I kind of want to do this with it. Yeah, that's great, right? But how many times you want to do that before you can actually connect to the right resource where you're trying to go? And I think that's the biggest problem for a lot of female and diverse founders, underserved founders, is there's a lot of meetups, there's a lot of groups, there's a lot of entryway points, right? Without actually the connection, the solidification to actually get there. So always be looking, always be searching, always be growing. Now, I said that might be going into a group, but guess what? That could be reading too. Expand your knowledge. Read some books. Read the E Myth Revisited. Read Patrick Bet David. I just got this one. What is it? Make your enemies closer. I just got this one. Just came. But keep your enemies close. There you go. Keep your enemies close. Patrick Bet David, Layla Hormozy, Alex Hormozy. Expand your knowledge, right? Get out there and read. Read about your industry. Read about your market. Read about your competitors. Get out there and dominate your space, guys. But be curious, be learning, and if you don't know something, connect with people who do, right? You might not know a lot about technology, but guess what? That new young entrepreneur who's reaching out to you might be fascinating with it, right? They might just be, that's right, might be where they excel, and you guys could collaborate on something, right? So you never really know. Just get out there, be evolving, be curious. Don't be Blockbuster. Okay, we all know what happened to Blockbuster, and I used to go there all the time. Okay, literally went there. They were right down the street from my house. There's a dental office there now. Okay, and every single weekend we used to be over at that Blockbuster. Mm-mm. It's a kid smile. Okay. So what happened to Blockbuster? They didn't evolve. They stayed the same. They felt we're good. We got this, right? They didn't even, I mean, Netflix came on board. They were not even worried about Netflix. Okay. They weren't even, they didn't even bat an eye with Netflix, which is a huge problem. Okay. Netflix literally was coming with a new software. It was a new innovation that the world had never seen before, really, right? A streaming platform where what? Like, this is crazy. I don't have to go down the road and go rent my videos anymore. I could just go on here and stream it. Innovation. All right. So be changing, always be testing, always be curious. Don't be arrogant. Don't be like, I got this. It's all good. I got this. I'm all me. I don't need anybody else, right? That is going to hinder you from growing. Okay. So, tip number 5 is you want to be living and dying by your measurements. Okay. Measure your data. Guys, I failed here when I was first starting my business. I did not measure my data. I was like, I had everything coming into the computer. Now, did I have data? Yes, but I had it on spreadsheets. I had it in Word documents. I had it in this file and that file. That's what I talk about when I went back to the tip before, right? Processes and systems. Okay. This ties in together. Measure your data, because when the time comes where you need to compile your data and you need to show your traction, boom, you got it right there. All right. Not only that, it helps you move. Did you know that for entrepreneurs and businesses who actually measure their data, they measure their financials, they measure where they are constantly, experience 3 times growth? Did you know that? That's pretty crazy. So, and when I heard that stat, I got on the computer just like this. I was like, oh, boop, hopped on the computer and started going all through my processes and my measurements and my data. Data is so important, you guys, and also kind of gives you a little rush when you start to see all the growth and the progress that you're doing. So don't you want to experience that? So obviously you might not be able to have all of these systems in place yet, right? We're building up. You might not be able to get a CRM system right at this moment. So that's fine if you can't, but make sure that you are measuring. Any lead that comes in, keep it on an Excel spreadsheet. Where did they come from? What, how are they referred? Did they come through your website? Was it a word of mouth referral? What was the result? Right? Did they end up buying? Did they end up purchasing? What was the result? Measure it, and then compile your data. Okay. This is what you want to do. Some of the smartest entrepreneurs, some of the smartest businesses, some of the smartest mentors and coaches I've ever had, and the most successful businesses that I've ever seen or worked with measure their data. Okay. And they have processes in place. So, guys, do this. Now, I'm constantly reviewing my data now. I'm constantly getting with my team to review my data now because it's important. And not to mention, when you're going, if you are seeking debt, whether you're seeking debt or whether you're seeking equity, right? But especially if you're going to be seeking equity, even in debt, they want to see your traction, right? How have you grown? Profit and loss, right? Income statements on the equity side. What is your traction, right? What have you done? Do you have, even if you haven't done any revenue, have you had subscribers? What have you done? Okay, so make sure that you are tracking everything. You guys track everything because it can only help you, right? And then the last one, that was 5, and I'm going to throw in one here because this is a bonus, because this is so crucial for entrepreneurs. Guys, it's all about your mindset, okay? Your mindset. And this is not cliche, all right? Because as entrepreneurs, I know you know what I'm talking about. There are going to be times where it is difficult. There are going to be times where you're like, you know what? Maybe I should I'll get back to it later. You don't want to fall into that trap, because if you start doing that, then sure, you'll get complacent, and then it will just subconsciously you'll start doing that. You don't want to do that. You want to do, I think it was what Brian Tracy said. You want to subconsciously tell yourself, just get up and do it, right? You start up, you wake up, and you just go, get up and do it, get up and do it, just get up and do it. And I believe he said if you just repeat get up and do it as you experience those moments where you're feeling like, oh, maybe, I don't really feel like, your subconscious will propel you to get up and do it. You'll get up and do it. So these are the kinds of tools that may sound cliche, but I'm telling you, they work. Okay. It is all about mindset. Your business is 80% mindset and 20% strategy. Entrepreneurs are resilient. They are determined, because building a business is hard. And especially if you've never done it before, and and then if you're in an environment where people are telling you that you can't do something, it is going to be difficult, right? But it's not impossible. And it's absolutely possible for anybody, for myself, for you, for anybody to get it done. The most successful businesses in the world were not successful. They were all at zero. So that's how you got to look at it, right? Everybody has to start from zero and then work their way up. But it only works if you stay consistent, you stay grounded, you keep your mindset strong, you stay focused, and you stay prepared. Preparation is going to allow you to leverage opportunity. And that mindset is going to allow you to stay focused even when times get hard. So make sure you're keeping that in check. No matter if you got to take 10 minutes to yourself, or if you got to take a walk, or if you got to, whatever you got to do, right? You got to sit aside and pray and connect back with God, right? I do that too sometimes, guys. Whatever you got to do it, because don't let those negative thoughts take over and then you just give up. Who wants that? All right. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, where we talk about how you can get funding for your business and all these really cool ways, tips, tricks, and tools that you can use, strategies that you can use as well. And absolutely, you need to make sure that you're going and checking out our courses. They're free, 0% interest funding for business opportunities, for investments. If you're looking to purchase a business, if you are acquiring another business, or if you're looking to, put your down payment on and start acquiring some multifamily properties, guys, you need 0% interest funding. Okay. And if you're in business, I know that nobody is getting cars under their personal name, right? Okay. No. And we're not using debit cards. We're not using our personal debit cards to do that either. We're staying focused, and we're using the strategies that are going to allow us to leverage. Okay. Our favorite words here are commit, consistency, preparation, and leverage. All right. I'm going to come up with an acronym for that maybe one of these days. But commit, consistency, preparation, and leverage. Okay. So, guys, take advantage of these tools, these resources. If you like this video, if you found this information helpful and engaging, then I would appreciate your support. So, hit that follow button, hit that like button, and hit that share button, right? Because what does that do? It helps us reach more people. It helps us grow so that we're able to continue to share all of this information for you so you can get funded. We're able to bring on more courses, we can bring on mentorships and grow this community. Guys, what are we doing? What do we got coming up? Well, Saturday, we got the Small Business Summit that's happening here in Sacramento. Okay. You need to be getting down to the Florence Square. All right. Get down there. If you're in business, we've got a small business summit, lots of speakers, there's networking, there's a mixer event afterwards, and it's going to be a huge event. All right. And then here is the granddaddy of all events. If you are a female founder, if you are in business, if you are in California, or even if you're outside of California, then you need to be hopping on board on September 14th for Show Her the Money. Show Her the Money talks about how women receive less than 2% in venture capital funding and how we're going to celebrate the new avenues and opportunities that are being created to get around this, right? Women have innovations. We wouldn't have beer. We wouldn't have air conditioning. Guys, I know you like beer and it's 108 degrees out here. So I know you like the AC. So women need funding. All right. Now come out here, come show your support. I want to see everybody there. September 14th, Show Her the Money. All right, you guys, that's it for today. And also we have our free business course that's happening every single Friday. There's too many resources for y'all not to be getting approvals. Okay. I'm putting it out here for you so that you guys can see what is possible. All right. So everybody click the links below. I want to see you all there at our Show Her the Money show on September 14th. And we need your assistance with sponsorships as well. We've already got City of Sacramento, Fourth Wave, Clutch, and Minerva Verse. Guys, these are female founded accelerators, female VC firms. They want you. Okay. There is a massive pool of private capital waiting to be dispersed. You just got to be prepared. All right. There's no more of this. They don't want to fund me. They don't like me. No more complaining. All right. It's time to get the tools, get prepared, get out here and execute.